I mean, he'd offered to buy her a drink, and she was like, no, I don't want a drink right now. So while she was playing her pool game, he comes up behind her and kicks her in her ass. Now, I thought he was just ghost kicking her. Surely this military guy did not just kick my friend in the ass. She looks up from her pool game, and she's like, who just kicked me in my ass? And I was like, oh, that's it. So I threw down my pool stick. I went over there. I grabbed him by the throat, shoved him against the wall, and started to beat him in the face. His friends are like coming in between us. It's like they finally got like one of my arms locked, so I'm trying to punch, but I couldn't bring him toward me. So my friend came and she ran, jumped on my back, leaned over and grabbed him by the lapels. And she'd pull him toward me, and I'd punch. She'd pull him toward me, and I'd punch. No one kicked him out of the bar. They just ended the fight, and we must have gotten into like 2 other fights with these guys by the end of the night. So it was just constant, you know. He's like, oh, you hit me in my eye. It's like, I didn't even feel it. I didn't hit you in your eye, which I think I probably did hit him in his eye. But yeah, things like that caused for me to break out on my old tricks. So wrestling's a little bit different. It's a nicer, gentler art, as they call it.
Do this really quick. Introduce yourself to the camera. But look at him. Introduce yourself and name.
By looking at him?
Yeah, just look at him and talk.
Hi, I'm Girl Chain.
Alright, now here, do that at the camera.
Do what?
Do that at the camera now.
Oh, do that to the camera now? Okay. Hi, I'm Girl Chain.
Alright. Now, we're just going to ask you a few questions, and it'll be best to look at him.
Okay.
That's how we've been shooting him. Alright, now go ahead and tell me what you like most about wrestling.
The competitiveness. It's a sport that's very, very competitive. It's that one-on-one combat. That's the main thing that I like about it. It's like using all the technical skills that I've picked up through jiu-jitsu, through judo, and just through freestyle wrestling. It's an art of, strength, the give and take of it. It's really hard to define why I like it. It's play. It's fun. It's a nice competition. It's different from soccer or softball or volleyball. It's different from team sports. I guess it's probably just that 101, it's you and me. We're down on the floor. We're going to get an answer in about 15, 20 minutes, or we're going to have a pretty good idea of what's going to go
on. What was the craziest thing you've ever seen happen in one of your matches?
The craziest thing I've ever seen happen in one of my matches?
Just bizarre, made you kind of, made it seem really weird to you?
I've never had anything really, really bizarre happen in any of my matches. I've watched other matches that had bizarre things. Like there was it's really funny because Helen was wrestling one of the girls, and she had her in such a lock that the girl couldn't tap out. And we're all sitting there hooting and hollering and really, enjoying the match that they have going on. But the girl was in such a lock that she couldn't tap out either with her hands or her feet. It wasn't until she turned blue and started to go into convulsions that we realized that there was a problem, and for us to rectify. And that's like the most bizarre thing I think that I've ever witnessed. Everything else has, been pretty norm, or been somewhat sort of, within the norms. Nothing's been too bizarre at all.
And how long have you been wrestling for?
I've been doing freestyle. I was brought up wrestling. I mean, I have a very athletic, acrobatic family. I mean, it's kind of like I was brought up in the family that you never knew what the brother or sister were up to. I could be walking through the woods, and my brother would jump out from a tree like 15 feet ahead of me, or 15 feet from above me, and would just like, come down on top of me and throw me to the ground. So I was always used to being like this flailing piece of meat in the air. And being the only girl growing up within like a 120-acre radius.
All right, go ahead whenever.
Okay. But like I said, so being in this wild and crazy family, being the only girl within this like 120-acre radius or whatever, it's kind of like you grew up, you had to grow up tough. And then so just that kind of fighting, and then my mom got me into like doing taekwondo, and then one of my boyfriends got me into doing nunchakas, and it just was a progression from there. It's like, but my mom was the one who always told me, use your smile to get out of anything that you get yourself into. But it was like my brother and my dad who were kind of like, here, we're going to show you how to be butch about it, and treat a man like a man, or treat a bitch woman like a bitch woman. Just be able to take care of yourself was always the basis of it. So yeah, so had training in taekwondo, judo, jiu-jitsu, praying mantis and just basic fighting. If you get experience fighting, that's kind of like the best teacher of all, as far as that.
Alright,
But if you don't have to fight, you don't have to.
Can you think of a question, Pat?
I already asked her a couple questions.
What?
Do you enjoy kicking people's asses?
You mean like really? When I have to kick their asses? It's a definite high. I mean, like I said, I have probably been in 5 real fights in my adult life with grown men who have gone beyond the realms of gentlemanness. Where, which is, you had to really cross my line to make me want to hurt you. And when I have encountered those moments and I had to get into a real fight, it was definitely a genuine high. It was a definite accomplishment, but also on the other scale, I was also very pissed off that things had gone so wrong or bizarre. And that's when the bizarre moments happen. It's like on the mat, nothing bizarre has happened. In real life, bizarre things happen. Like I said, this guy over a Danish Christmas table who thought it was okay to reach across the table and grab me and pull me over the table and try to kiss me. It was like 3 times I had to tell him no. I gave him 3 warnings. This is not how you treat me. And on the 3rd time, I had to grab him by the throat and push him up against the wall. And then we wound up from the doorway, and I had to kick him in the balls. And then I grabbed my coat and left after letting him go down a flight of stairs. I forgot what the question was after. But yeah, it was. I don't really enjoy those moments as I'm getting into them, but it's.
Do you feel that men are intimidated by your power and the fact that you can probably kick their ass?
Some men are. Some men have a problem with it. Some men really enjoy the idea that you can kick their ass.
Oh, yeah.
Some men have a problem with it, and some men will challenge you. I mean, I've been in some wrestling matches with men where it was supposed to be just a light fantasy match, and it just got real, and then I started to kick their ass, and then they feel like they have to come back and prove something. They want to really fight. I had a guy who took the bandana off his head and tried to wrap it around my neck. And I had to just stop him and go, we're playing. Time out. We're playing. This is a game. This is something we were enjoying. This is getting a little too aggression. So it's the aggression that's involved in the human psyche is really, really interesting. It's just different for men and women. And I'm still trying to figure out how that is. But a man, it's like there's a little button there. So far there's a button, and you just push it, and they just go ape shit. It's just like, I don't know if they do that also. I'm sure they also do that with other men, but I've been surprised that they do have that with a woman. It's like, I'm just kind of like, that's when I use my mama smile and, hey baby, we're playing, remember? We're playing. We don't want to really fight. That's for something else.